Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where glossy brochures, marketing buzzwords, and carefully staged photos all get stripped away so we can talk about what really matters when you're behind the wheel. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard. This is where every new car gets broken down in the real world, without the fluff, so you can figure out whether it's worth your hard-earned money or just another showroom queen that doesn't live up to the hype. Today we're diving into the brand new 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan, a car that's been one of the most important models in VW's lineup for years. This SUV has always been about striking that balance between practicality, style, and European driving manners. And now with the all-new generation, Volkswagen claims it's more refined, more efficient, and more high-tech than ever before. But does it actually deliver? Let's find out. Exterior first impressions matter, and with the 2026 Tiguan, the first thing you notice is just how much sleeker and more premium it looks compared to the outgoing model. The front end has been completely redesigned, and instead of the sharp, blocky design of the last Tiguan, Volkswagen has leaned into a smoother, more aerodynamic style. The headlights are slimmer, stretching out toward the fenders in a way that makes the car look wider and more athletic. Depending on the trim, you get either standard LED lights or the new IQ light matrix setup, which not only looks high-tech but also does a fantastic job adapting to different road conditions at night. The grille is more subtle now, framed by a light bar that runs across the width of the front end, giving it that futuristic glow VW is starting to use across the lineup, and the hood lines, while understated, add just enough muscular character to keep it from looking too soft. Overall, it's modern without being over-designed, which has always been the Volkswagen way. Moving to the side, the 2026 Tiguan has grown slightly in length, and you can tell. The profile looks stretched in a good way. It's more elegant, more SUV than crossover now. The roofline is a little more sloped toward the rear, which gives it a sportier stance without eating into headroom too much. Strong shoulder lines run across the doors, catching the light nicely, and the blacked-out window trim gives it a premium vibe. Wheel options now range from 18 to 20 inches, and the larger sets really help it fill out the arches. What's nice is that Volkswagen managed to keep the proportions clean. Nothing looks forced or tacked on. There are also aerodynamic touches like flush door handles and smoother side mirrors, which don't just look modern but also help reduce drag. From the side, the Tiguan doesn't scream for attention, but it gives off that quiet confidence that says this is a car designed to age well. Swing around to the back, and the story continues. The taillights are slimmer and connected by an illuminated light strip, again tying it into Volkswagen's latest design language. The VW logo in the middle lights up on certain trims, which is a neat touch, and the lower bumper is finished in a way that hides the exhaust pipes completely and no more fake chrome tips here. The tailgate itself has a more sculpted design, and the whole rear end looks tighter, more cohesive than before. It's not flashy, but it's clean, and it fits the Tiguan's identity perfectly. Upscale, but not trying too hard. Interior inside is where Volkswagen really made the biggest leap. The old Tiguan's cabin was functional but conservative, and in some trims it even felt a little too barebones for the price. The 2026 model flips that around completely. Step inside, and you're greeted with a driver-focused dashboard that feels modern, minimalist, and premium. The centerpiece is the massive new curved display, which combines the digital instrument cluster with a large central infotainment screen in a seamless panel. The graphics are sharp, the responsiveness is finally where it should be, and thankfully, Volkswagen seems to have learned from past mistakes by keeping some physical controls. There's a new rotary knob with a digital display built into it, which you can use to control drive modes, volume, or even ambient lighting. It's clever, and it keeps you from diving through endless menus for simple adjustments. Materials are a step up as well. Soft touch surfaces cover most of the dashboard. There are tasteful trims depending on the version, whether that's brushed aluminum, wood effect, or gloss black, and even the seats have been redesigned for more comfort on longer trips. Higher trims can be had with ventilated and massaging seats, something you'd expect in a luxury SUV, not just a Volkswagen. The back seats benefit from the slightly longer wheelbase, giving passengers more legroom, and a panoramic sunroof makes the cabin feel airy and open. Cargo space is also improved, with a wider opening and a flatter load floor, so practicality is still very much intact. Performance-wise, the 2026 Tiguan offers a mix depending on what market you're in. Globally, Volkswagen is offering turbocharged petrol engines, efficient diesels, and most importantly, a new generation of plug-in hybrids. In markets like Europe, the FEV version can now do over 60 miles on electric power alone, which means for a lot of daily driving, you might not even need to use the gas engine. For North America, expect to see the 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder as the main power plant, delivering around 270 horsepower paired with an updated DSG transmission and all-wheel drive as standard on higher trims. That's more than enough power to move this SUV with authority, and with VW's traditionally solid chassis tuning, the Tiguan manages to strike a balance between comfort and agility. It's not a performance SUV by any means, but it feels planted, composed, and more refined than most rivals in the segment. Steering is light but accurate, ride quality is smooth even on the larger wheels, and cabin noise is well isolated. For those who want a bit more, the rumor mill suggests an R-Line performance version might come later with added horsepower and sportier tuning, but even in standard form, the Tiguan feels like a solid daily driver that doesn't bore you behind the wheel. In terms of pricing, Volkswagen is positioning the Tiguan as a slightly more premium option compared to Japanese and Korean rivals, but still below luxury brand SUVs. Expect the base models to start in the low to mid $30,000 range, while well-equipped versions with all the bells and whistles, like the plug-in hybrid or R-Line trims, could climb into the mid to high $40,000s. It's not the cheapest SUV out there, but you're paying for design, technology, and that solid German feel that a lot of buyers appreciate. And with the added efficiency of the hybrid models, running costs should be lower than before, which makes the overall value equation stronger. So, after spending time with the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan, what's the verdict? This isn't a revolutionary SUV, but it's an evolutionary one done right. The design is sharper and more upscale, the interior finally feels modern and tech-savvy, and the performance blends efficiency with just enough driving engagement to keep it interesting. It's comfortable, it's practical, and it feels like the kind of SUV that will quietly do everything you need while still giving you that little sense of pride every time you see it parked in your driveway. It may not have the flashiest badge or the cheapest price tag, but it nails the balance between everyday usability and premium appeal. That's it for today's review of the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, because here at Car Flash we've got plenty more real-world reviews coming your way, where we cut through the hype and get straight to the point. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.